DIY build your own bass guitar kit, the VWB001. This is a solid body JB style bass guitar kit, and I'm going to walk through what comes in the box and what you can expect to receive. So we'll start with the body. This is an alder body, kind of offset style. It does have the taper for the arm, kind of an armrest taper on the side, as you'd expect. And it's a multi-piece alder body, routed for your bolt-on neck and your two pickups and the control cavity. One thing I'll note on these, because we do get some questions, there's a kind of a gouge looking spot here that would be under the bridge. That's on purpose. That's for your ground wire. There's a really steep drilled hole that goes from here into the control cavity. That's what that is. Some people get that and think that it got damaged in shipping, or something hit it hard, but that's just the hole. We have a 3-ply pick guard that's included. One thing to note on these bodies and all of our guitars that have pick guards, we don't drill the pilot holes for the pick guard on purpose. The reason for that is not every pick guard has the holes drilled in the same spot. So if you were to change to a different color, a different manufacturer, different material, make something of your own, we didn't want you to have to worry about lining up those holes exactly right. So whatever pick guard you use, whether it's the stock pick guard or something that you find yourself, you can just go through and drill some pilot holes throughout that. Also, every one of our guitar kits, you'll notice a number on the neck pocket and on the neck. And the reason for that is these are all matched at the factory to have a good snug fit. So as we put this in, it's a bolt-on style, so we won't, be able to hold it up by this neck before it's bolted in. But very, very little gaps. It's got a great fit right out of the box. You won't have to do any shaping around the neck pocket to have that neck fit in well. Bump my camera. Okay, moving on to the neck. We have a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard. All the frets are pre-installed. They are dressed and leveled. We have a 42mm nut installed, and a dual action truss rod is already installed as well. This has got kind of a paddle style headstock. Certain shapes are trademarked from the major manufacturers, so we can't emulate those shapes with what we sell you. However, you can cut whatever shape you want out of this once it's your property. One thing I recommend when you're doing that, you'll see the pilot holes drilled for the tuners here. The tuners overlap the pilot holes a little bit. Make sure you put your tuners in first before you maybe draw out the shape you're going to be cutting. That way you don't accidentally take too much material off and not be able to attach your tuners. So we look through the rest of the hardware. We have our output cable and two Allen wrenches. One for the truss rod and one for the bridge. Here's our two pickups, neck and bridge positions. We have our shiny pre-wired control plate. So on this one, there's minimal soldering to do. Really, you just have to solder the pickups into each of their volume pots, and that's it. So 4 solder connections to make on this, plus your ground wire that will go out under the bridge. For standard hardtail style 4-string bridge, adjustable saddles. We have a set of strings. These aren't the world's nicest strings, but they're great when you're setting up the guitar and you might need to take some tension on and off multiple times. We have the clover style tuners. 4 of those, and you can see that mounting plate that I mentioned, fairly large, so you just don't want to cut too much headstock away. Our neck mounting plate and plastic back plate for that. And then in our package of little screws and bits, we've got our bridge screws, strap knobs and screws. We've got tuner screws, tuner bushings, a string tee with its screw. This is our pickup screws and springs, pick guard screws, and our 4 neck screws. Overall, I would consider this to be a fairly beginner level kit. Reason being, with a bolt-on neck, that reduces some complexity, and the minimal amount of soldering also helps. If it's your first build, it's something that you can do without a lot of complication. Anybody can learn to solder a few connections, even if that sounds intimidating. I'm sure you can do it. And it goes together pretty quick. Once the finish is on the body and anything you want to do to the neck, once that's done, the actual assembly takes less than an hour. And then maybe a little bit more time just to set it up, get your neck angle, your truss rod adjustments, your saddle heights, everything like that just dialed in on the setup. But the actual assembly is a very quick process. So this is a great kit, whether it's your first time kit, whether it's you've done several and you want to do something, a fancier finish. If you're building with a younger builder that might have a shorter attention span, it's good for them too. We do have this same style kit. This is as I said, it's the VWB001, which is the 4-string version as shown. We have this kit available in a 5-string and a fretless version as well. And very similar contents, really just any of the neck and hardware setup is different for those different configurations. So this is the VWB001 bass guitar kit from Vibeworks Guitars.